Take a look at the device you're probably watching this on. This little slab of glass metal and silicon. It's your window to the world, your camera, your map, your wallet. In many ways, it's a digital extension of your very soul. And yet it's probably the most complex object you've ever owned. And its story is far more dramatic than you could ever imagine. It all starts with a familiar ritual. The perfect weight of the box. The satisfying peel of the plastic film. That iconic minimalist design. And then, you see the words. Designed by Apple in California. Assembled in China. You've seen this 1,000 times. But here's a little secret. It's not exactly lying. It's just not telling you the whole story. Not even close. Because the true story of your iPhone doesn't start in the pristine white-walled labs of California. It starts in the red earth of some of the poorest places on the planet. And it travels through nearly a dozen countries before it ever reaches your hands. This is the real story. This is the journey of your iPhone's secret passport. To create the gleaming futuristic device you hold in your hand, our journey has to start somewhere decidedly low-tech. Forget the minimalist shrines of an Apple store. We're going to the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is the heart of the world's supply of cobalt. That little-known mineral is the magic ingredient, the powerhouse inside the lithium-ion battery that lets you scroll for hours. And here's the uncomfortable truth, over 70% of the world's cobalt is clawed from the earth, right here. It's a journey from digital perfection back to the gritty analog ground. And its supply chain is so ethically complex, so tangled in layers of miners, traders, and middlemen, that even Apple, a company obsessed with controlling every tiny detail, has struggled for years just to map it, let alone clean it up. This is the first hidden cost in your phone. Not one you see on a price tag, but one buried deep in the conscience of the global supply chain. A cost measured not in dollars, but in the profound complexities of global inequality. Okay, once the raw materials are mined and refined into usable metals, it's time to build the iPhone's organs. And this is where the story turns into a high-tech heist movie. Apple doesn't build most of the parts. It acts as a brilliant director assembling a global dream team of specialists, each the best in the world at what they do. First, every team needs a mastermind. The brain. The A-series chip, the powerful engine of your phone, is a marvel of microscopic engineering. And it's made exclusively by a company called TSMC in Taiwan. This makes a tiny island in the Pacific home to arguably the most strategically important 300 square millimeters of silicon on the planet, a geopolitical flashpoint that world powers watch with bated breath. Next, you need a sharpshooter. The eyes. The incredibly complex camera sensors that make your photos look professional, those come from Japan, manufactured by the legendary Sony. And of course, every star needs a stunning face. That brilliant, vibrant OLED screen is made by Samsung and LG in South Korea, Apple's fiercest rivals in the smartphone market. Think about that for a second. To build its most iconic product, Apple has to write a 9-figure check to its biggest competitor. If that's not a complicated relationship, I don't know what is. So you have a brain from Taiwan, eyes from Japan, a face from Korea, and a battery heart powered by Congolese cobalt. All these separate brilliant pieces, each a masterpiece in its own right, get shipped to one place for the final act. All roads lead to China. Welcome to Foxconn's iPhone City in Zhengzhou. Calling it a factory is an insult. This is a metropolis that never sleeps humming under a perpetual fluorescent glow. With its own roads, apartment blocks, and canteens that can feed tens of thousands at a time. It employs over 350,000 people, all built for a single purpose: to assemble your iPhone. That's like the entire population of Honolulu, Hawaii, going to work every day on the world's most famous assembly line. The sheer scale and efficiency are a modern miracle. It's why your iPhone even exists at its current price. It's a human supercomputer programmed for a single task. But this relentless efficiency also comes with a fierce decades-long debate about the intense working conditions inside these factory walls. It's another hidden cost in our relentless global demand for the next new phone every single year. And so, after its epic journey across Asia, the child is born. The iPhone is fully assembled. But instead of a peaceful childhood, it's immediately pulled into a messy high-stakes custody battle between its two divorced parents, America and China. Dad America pounds the table, yelling, "The design is mine, the brand, the software, the soul of this thing. It's American." Mom China calmly retorts, "Oh, really? But I'm the one who went through all the labor to actually build it. It was born in my house with my hands." And Apple is the poor step-parent caught in the middle, sweating under the spotlights of Washington and Beijing, desperately trying to please both sides just so its kid can get sold in their respective houses. The trade wars, the tariffs, the frantic search for new factories in Vietnam or India, it's not just politics. It's a multi-trillion-dollar family drama, a geopolitical soap opera played out on a global stage, and your iPhone is the reluctant star of the show. So let's go back to that box and that simple sentence. Designed in California, assembled in China. We now know it's so much more than that. The phone in your hand isn't just a device, it's a monument to globalization. Its passport is thick with stamps from the mines of the Congo, the salt flats of Chile, the cleanrooms of Taiwan, the labs of Japan, the factories of Korea, and the mega cities of China. It's both a miracle of global cooperation and a monument to its compromises, a testament to human ingenuity, and a constant reminder of the hidden costs, ethical, human, and political, that we don't see on the price tag. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, consider subscribing to the Global 2 Cents. We're a new channel dedicated to uncovering the hidden stories behind our global economy. Your support on this very first video means the world to us. Thanks for watching.